I'm Sandra McLemore from Travel Marketing and Media, and I am here at ASTA On Air in San Juan, Puerto Rico for the ASTA Global Convention 2023. Hey there, it's Sandra McLemore from Travel Marketing and Media, and I'm here at ASTA On Air, and I'm also with Alex Sharp from Signature Travel Network. Welcome.
Thank you.
So good to have you here.
Bienvenidos. Thank you.
How's your Spanish?
Not so great.
Yeah, let's do this in English.
All right.
Yeah, okay, we can switch. What do you say, what would be your best piece of advice to someone who's just coming into the industry, brand new travel advisor from a different kind of background?
Right. I think the best advice is that it is a business. I mean, you get in it because you're passionate about travel. You get in it because it has great flexibility. But really, if you're going to be successful, if you're going to make this a career, it's a business. So understand it, build a database, have a plan. In our case, I would always say you want to affiliate with the right travel agency, that's with the right consortia. Really make sure you build the education part of it. Because look, what sets us apart from the internet is our knowledge.
Yeah.
So not only do you have to go and experience things, but you really have to research them. There's new product, great new destinations to explore. So if we're not the experts, then we're really not adding the value that we should. So I always tell them, start there, get a broad base, and then when you find something you're really passionate about, specialize.
Yeah, I love what you said there, that a lot of travel advisors come in, they kind of fall into the industry because they love travel. Maybe someone said, you did a great job planning that vacation, you should do that for a living, and then all of a sudden they're here. And a lot of them don't have that business background. So I like what you said about building email lists and things. How do they go about learning suppliers, learning destinations, selling places that they've never even been to before?
Yeah, well, I think that's why it's so important. It takes a village, as they say. So whether it's support from an agency, from the consortia level, ASTA, coming together in community, the greatest strength of this industry is our community. It's sharing with each other. I might not have been to a new hotel, but I might have just spoken to someone who was there, and then I have a contact through another person, and so I can dig in and I can become the expert on it, or I can connect them, my customer, with someone who's the expert on it, and make sure that they're, what they're looking for is fulfilled properly. It's
like that saying, like 6 degrees of separation. You're never more than, I think in the travel industry, you're probably 2 degrees from anyone or anything. Thank you so much for having us, folks. That's Alex Sharp from Signature Travel Network. We'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back to ASTA On Air. Sandra McLemore from Travel Marketing and Media. And I am with where I started my travel career, with Royal Caribbean. Hi, Vicky Freed.
Hi, Sandra. It's so great to be here.
Absolutely. What is new at Royal Caribbean?
Oh my gosh, what isn't new
I was
at Royal
going to say,
Caribbean?
I kind of feel silly asking that question every time I see you, but because there's always something new. So what's new now?
Well, we're getting ready for Icon of the Seas, which is going to be the game changer of all game changers. When we introduced Oasis Class, that was a game changer. This is the next step in game changing for the industry. And the Icon starts in January of 2024, and then in July of 2024, we have another new ship, the Utopia of the Seas. And that's an Oasis class, but typical Royal Caribbean fashion, every time we bring out a new ship, we up the stakes.
Yes. Oh my goodness. What makes Icon so special?
Well, it's being really touted as the best family vacation in the world. And when we make a statement like that, we have to deliver. And it's going to have the largest water park at sea with amazing different water slides, and even
because the rock climbing wall and the diving and the go-kart, because none of that was enough.
That's right, none of that was enough.
So we put a water park on board.
And we have 7 pools, so one for every day of the cruise. We have new neighborhoods, we have Surfside, which is really for the young families and families with young children, and it's just a perfect experience.
I see why it is, especially with multi-gen travel. I cruised with my family over the Christmas holidays, and the first day everybody was like, hi, it's so nice to be together, and on day 2 it's like, I need space. So to have all those different activities on board and those different places, and one of the myths I think is when it's a really big ship that it's crowded, but it's not, right?
That's right.
It's
not.
Actually
it's
more
more
spacious.
Tell
them why.
Because you have neighborhoods, and in each neighborhood you have food venues, you have entertainment venues, you have swimming pools, you have shops, you have different things. So if you want to stay in your neighborhood, You stay in your neighborhood. If you want to venture into other neighborhoods, you do that. So it makes it easy for the
it's not
consumer.
everybody on the ship going to the Windjammer at the same time for lunch.
That's right.
Yeah, and I like it as well because, like I said, there's something for everybody. We weren't all doing the same things. One person's doing trivia, one person's doing nothing, one person's in kids club. It's a win for multi-gen travel.
And we just recently announced what our musical is going to be, and it's
Oh.
The Wizard of Oz. And now, you know The Wizard of Oz
I
is
got goosebumps.
appealing to our age, but
Yeah.
it's also for the young
Yeah.
kids and the families. And so that's going to be an experience everyone's going to love.
Wizard of Oz was the thing when I was growing up, but my child, he's 3.5, he knows who Tin Man is. That's going to be amazing. I think you'll have families come on board, literally, they see that and they come on board. Can you help the travel advisor who is just starting out and looks at Royal Caribbean and says, holy moly, so many ships. Where do I start? Do I have to learn all the ships? Do I have to learn the deck plans? Because I think it's overwhelming. Where does a new travel advisor start with Royal Caribbean?
I think for Royal Caribbean, I would suggest they contact their local strategic account managers. We have the largest sales team in the field, and they're there to really assist the travel partners. And even if you're brand new, we want to get to know you, and we want to help you run this race.
Yeah.
And we're going to run it with you from the beginning all the way through your career. And we want you to be successful, because what we've learned at Royal Caribbean is that when the travel advisor is successful, then we're successful.
Yeah.
We're a complicated product. So where you start is you first meet with your strategic account manager, and you get to know them, and they'll help guide you on how to build your business.
Yeah, that's amazing. You don't have to learn the deck plan of every ship.
No, absolutely
You don't have to
not.
feel like you don't have to have cruised on every ship to sell it either.
No, absolutely
Yeah,
not.
I think those are the misconceptions a lot of travel advisors have. Royal Caribbean does an amazing job supporting travel advisors when it's good and when it's hard.
That's right. I mean, if you look at during the pandemic, or what I like to call the pause,
Yeah.
We came out with all these programs for travel advisors, interest-free loans. We came out with assistance on how to get the PPP. We were there to
showed up.
support them.
You
Yeah,
showed
we
up like you always do. Vicki, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is Asta on Air, and we'll be back very soon. Hey there, it's Sandra McLemore from Travel Marketing and Media at Asta on Air. And we have just had some amazing guests with us, and I like this lady, so I'm really happy to talk to her. This is Camille Oliveri. She's from Avalon Waterways, and she's the Chief Sales Officer. I love any woman who's got chief at the beginning of her job title.
That's right, that's right.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, very happy to be here.
How is Globus Family of Brands celebrating Travel Advisor Day?
Well, we have a whole lot planned. In fact, we're celebrating 95 years ourselves in the industry, yeah. So being the oldest tour company, and then of course we have Avalon Waterways as well, we're celebrating by offering travel advisors a $150 gift card for every booking. Now that was supposed to expire, but I am extending it now through May 30th.
That's great.
So for the whole month of May, and all you have to do is get in touch with your BDM. And if you have any concerns about your BDM, travel advisors can just reach out to sales@globusfamily.com.
Yeah.
And then we'll give them the instructions.
You hear that? Book, book, book. Gift card, gift card, gift card.
And you get the gift card as soon as you get the deposit on the booking.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What a great way to celebrate. What is new with Globus? What's happening? What's new?
Yeah, well, Globus is a brand that continues to evolve. You know, we're known for being an innovator, and we actually have 12 ways to tour. So just as an example, we now offer choice. So similar to a river cruise, when you're on tour, you can actually make a choice between something either active or culturally immersive, or one of the classic tours. You can do a lot of different things in your itinerary, and it's not all pre-planned. It offers a lot of flexibility for your guests.
Yeah, and I really feel like the advisors who are watching us today, a lot of them would assume that Globus is just buses and river cruises, but to hear that there is so much more, there's a big trend of travel advisors right now who have for many, many years done FIT because they love the creativity. They love people coming and saying, I want to go to the south of Italy in 2 weeks' time, and I want to do this, this, and this. That kind of booking now is a headache because of availability and flights. So working with some of your services is essentially being able to accommodate those the FIT clients, but not have the FIT stress for travel advisors, right?
Exactly. And with so much uncertainty right now, there's still a lot of restaurants that might be open, or hotels that might have limited hours for meals and things like that. We have all of that covered and figured out. And it's how can one advisor know all of that globally?
And know it after it's changed. So it's everything from the transfer, literally from airport transfer, all the different elements that they would book.
Right.
That you can just do it all together.
Right. And there's
And
also
it's
lots
customized.
It's customized. We have the ability to do custom groups too, but also within our standard groups, we actually have a lot of flexibility. There's some free time, there's some time for you to do a couple of dinners on your own. So there's really a lot of different ways you can tour with Globus.
That's so good. So for anyone watching who is kind of over FIT, but you don't want to lose your clients because you want to keep them for whatever other things you're doing, this is how you keep your FIT clients without losing them and without having the FIT stress.
Yeah, and you're going to get that great commission on all of those
So good.
elements.
So good. What's new at Avalon?
Well, Avalon has a lot going on. We've seen huge success with our active and discovery itineraries, so we're going to continue to expand those. And those are itineraries where we offer something active, or we offer bike riding, or something immersive like painting classes, along with the classic tours.
I noticed that your guests seem to be a little younger. Is that changing for you?
I think that's a lot because we have bikes on board, and we have just a lot of focus around active. We have an adventure host as part of the cruise that actually can customize something more active as well. They kind of go off and do climbs and things like that in market. So it's really a great way to travel.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you soon. Welcome back to ASTA On Air. I'm Sandra McLemore from Travel Marketing and Media, and this is my friend Jay, not Jay-Z.
Not Jay-Z.
My other friend Jay.
Close.
This is Jay Pope, from the Global Strategic Sales Director from Enterprise.
Yes, thank you.
So during the pandemic, loads of people started doing road trips.
Yeah.
It became like the thing to do. And I remember being interviewed on the news and people saying, I can't get rental cars, I can't find rental cars, because people were really looking for them.
Reinvigorated.
Yeah. What's happening in the rental car market now? What does it look like?
Yeah. So it's you're very right on. It's extremely road trip was alive and well.
Yeah.
And it still is. Our off-airport business is exceeding year after year record growth.
Off airport, in that they pick the car up from somewhere outside of the airport.
Yeah, pick it up and then do that road trip that you're speaking of. And so it's done well. And then the airport business has returned.
Yeah.
And so I mean the levels keep rising. Demand is still strong, but the availability has kept up with it here recently.
That is so good. I remember thinking like cars were like the toilet paper of that year. It was so hard to find it. A lot of the travel advisors watching this book, Luxury Travel, and luxury travelers do like to rent vehicles because they want the convenience when they're moving around. Tell us, how do you keep that level of luxury in terms of service or vehicle? How do you keep that level of luxury for the luxury travel advisors who have luxury clients?
Yeah, that's funny you asked that. It ties into two divisions I wanted to highlight. One is our exotics, and the other is our entertainment division. So we have an entire division dedicated to the entertainment industry. So that ports film, music, touring, and that's a high level of touch, once exotic business. And the other is our exotic line. And so with that, you have access to all the exotics, from the Lamborghinis to the Range Rovers to the sports cars to the high-end luxuries. And so that division and the infrastructure has really been built out, and have a team that supports both of those lines for that type of travel.
That's amazing. And I've been renting with Enterprise for many, many years. And for me, luxury is not just the vehicle or the customer service. Luxury is the process of picking up your vehicle, because that can make or break a rental experience, your pickup experience and your drop-off experience. So what do you do that's special? And how do you take care of your clients that way?
Yeah, there's two things with two of our brands. So the national brand is known as the quickest way to rent a car, but it provides choice. And so that allows the customer to walk straight to the aisle and choose any car that they want.
Love that.
And that ability to choose, sometimes I might want the convertible, or I might just want a standard sedan.
Or I might just want a blue car. That's how I go.
Exactly, or color-coded, And so you get that advantage, and that's special for the traveler because they get that choice and the speed. And then the Enterprise is, I mentioned that off airport. So if I want to get one close close to my home. If I want to fly in somewhere, maybe I don't want to rent a car late at night. Maybe I just want to get to my hotel, get up the next morning and begin my journeys refreshed and ready.
Jay, that's big because a lot of the time I've not rented a car because I thought I'm getting it at 11 p.m.
Yes.
I don't want to mess with car rental. So travel advisors need to know that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Wow. We'll be back with more ASTA On Air very soon.